Welcome everyone to Peace and Presence Visual Arts. I'm Emma Reynolds. I'm a survivor advocate here at Sexual Violence Response. I want to start today by thanking all of you for joining us. We recognize that we are navigating very difficult times right now, very difficult times this week, and all of us with our own unique and challenging circumstances. So we'll begin today by reviewing the community agreement for this session. So the community agreement is the terms by which we all agree to engage and interact in this space. So the first part is confidentiality. Our office is a confidential office, so what is shared here stays here in this space, though of course what is learned here leaves here. So please do, if you really have a wonderful time and you want to share the idea behind this with others, please do, but please do not share any confidential information. Next is, of course, respect. Respect both for your fellow participants, for us as the hosts and facilitators, and also for yourself. You know, take care of yourself, whatever it is that you need to do. You need to step away, get some water. Please just take care of your needs. It's absolutely fine. And then also practicing compassion. So for yourself and for others, the people in this space are all here for different reasons. And in general, we just want to remind you to be kind to yourself, to be gentle, and this is really here. This is for you. So, what is Sexual Violence Response at Columbia? SVR is a resource available to U.S. students at Columbia and the affiliate institutions, which includes Teachers College, it includes Barnard, Union Theological Seminary, etc. We are a New York State Department of Health certified rape crisis center that provides 24/7 trauma-informed confidential advocacy services that can include and encompass anything from emotional support, crisis intervention, safety planning, helping survivors navigate different systems like civil and criminal proceedings, or campus adjudication, as well as a number of other things. Additionally, as part of our prevention efforts, our team facilitates training, educational programming, and outreach services. So this particular session is part of the Peace and Presence series hosted by Columbia University's Sexual Violence Response Office. Peace and Presence is a Columbia SVR initiative that we got a grant for that introduces diverse holistic wellness tools and techniques for survivors of trauma or co-survivors, meaning those whose loved ones, family members, friends, partners have experienced trauma. And the idea behind it is that you will pick up skills here that you are able to adapt to your own wellness needs. The program envisions a space where survivors feel held, understood without having to explain themselves, and given space to breathe and connect in profoundly spiritual and experiential ways. That's what we hope for. Through multifaceted approach to mindfulness, movement, and nurturing of one's body, this program hopes to aid survivors to recognize and cherish their innate capacity to transcend trauma while being connected to a caring community of allies. And if there's anything you would like to add to those, speaking of community, to those that community agreement, please go ahead and you can put it in the Q&A box and we can add it. And if not, and what we address is sufficient, then that works too. Additionally, if during this event you have any questions for the facilitator or for me as a host, My video feed will be turned off and I'll just be in the background, but you can certainly still message me. Please utilize the Q&A box if you want to ask questions anonymously. If you're comfortable with everyone seeing what you're asking, you can utilize the chat box. But please know that means it won't be anonymous. We'll all be able to see that. This event is being recorded, and we will provide the tape to you all so that you may continue with on with your practice of what it is that you end up doing here. Throughout this event, again, we encourage you to take care of yourself, both during, after. Some of the feelings and things that can come up can linger, so please do take care of yourself. And if needed, you can speak with an advocate, an SFAIR advocate, by calling our 24/7 helpline, and that number is 212-854-HELP, 4357. I will put that in the chat box. And following this event, I'll also include an expanded list of resources available to survivors. So with that, I would like to introduce today's facilitator, Coach Turk, Rank. And I will turn over screen sharing to Rank here. All right, and go ahead and I'll just be in the background.
Thank you so much, Emma. Thank you so much, Emma, for the lovely opening. Does everyone hear me all right? I see Emma. Emma, are you able to hear me okay? Yeah, awesome. If there is any way that you could, I think I might be able to. Here we go. Amazing. So, hi everyone. Whew, what a week. I look forward to sharing with you all today a practice that stems from creative arts therapy, art therapy, and it's just a practice that I've noticed supports me and my nervous system during times of stress, anxiety, just feelings of being a bit overwhelmed, spread thin, really in the head space rather than the present moment, maybe moving from a space of more body awareness. So for today's class, all we're going to need is just paper. So if you have a notebook, great. If you have just loose leaf, also great. And then anything that you would like to draw with. Today I have colored pencils and a pen, but maybe if you have a pencil or paint or crayons, anything works. So just a reminder that this is not like a technical art class. So this is going to be mostly exploratory and reflective, and there's no right or wrong way for you to engage with this content. No right or wrong way for you to put pen to paper in the time that we have together. So if you are feeling aligned with what I'm inviting us to do today, feel free to join in. If you feel called throughout the time to just kind of do your own thing, you start to get inspired by something else and your art making flows in that direction, that is also perfectly okay. If not, encouraged, because I'm just over here trying to plant seeds of creativity and exploration and reflection in art making. So if that comes up for you during our time together, great. And if not, also great. Feel free to join in and explore with me. So I'm going to go ahead and just share some music, and we're slowly going to start by just warming up a little bit. Just some head circles, some shoulder rolls, and some wrist circles to get ourselves a little bit more in our body space, a little bit less in the head. So if you'd like to join me, I'm going to find a comfortable seated position. I'm in a chair, but you could definitely be on the ground or in a chair. So we're just going to start with some head circles, one side to one direction. other direction. And then maybe dropping the chin down to the side, chin lifting up, and to the other side. And then coming back into the middle. I'm going to put on something a little bit more relaxing, because that's what I'm vibing with. There we go. And then just maybe bringing the attention to our shoulders. I like to start with one at a time, rolling it up and back. Up and back. Again, maybe throughout this mini warm-up, starting to notice your breath. Are you breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, out through your nose? No right or wrong way to do this. Then moving to the other shoulder. Nice. And maybe taking the hands all the way up, reaching for the ceiling in this nice sun breath. Maybe glance up. And exhale, bringing the hands slowly down. And a few more times with the sun breath, if that felt nice and grounding. Hands coming all the way up as we take a nice deep breath in. And slowly exhale as the hands start to fall down. And last breath, bringing the hands all the way up in the sun breath. From the space, interlacing the hands, bringing the insides of the palms up towards the ceiling and just dropping the chin a little bit. Sending length, nice big stretch into the spine. Slowly releasing the hands down. I'm going to start to twist over towards my right side. If you're in a chair, maybe even using the chair as back. Help yourself into this twist. Middle. So when you're ready, twisting to the other side. Coming back into the middle. And if you're in a chair, just placing both feet nice and grounded into the floor, noticing that you're sitting nice and tall, shoulders are rolled back. Taking a big breath in, maybe the shoulders roll back. Maybe we open the heart, looking out towards the ceiling. And maybe as we breathe out, we start to drop the chin and just curl in and down. And a few more times if that felt all right. Shoulders rolling back, heart opening, gazing upward. And slowly dropping the chin, moving down. Coming back into the middle. From this place, we're going to move into wrist circles. So wrist circles and just wrist activity and mobility is super important for a visual arts class. Let alone, we're always on our phones, computers, devices, writing. So giving some love to our wrists together. If you'd like to join, I'm just going to start with some circles. My wrists are always a little cracky, which is okay. Open, close, open, close, open. Let's bring the thumb in and softly close. So this is going to be like a little thumb stretch. It could feel a little awkward, a little tender. We don't tend to stretch our thumb too much. And shake it out. And then from there, palm to the camera, grabbing hold of fingertips, facing up towards the ceiling, towards yourself. And the palm facing you this time, fingers down, stretching. And shake it out. And move to the other side. Same thing, just this different side. Circles. crackles. And then open and close, open, close, open. Thumb comes in, closing softly. Again, feeling a little tenderness in the thumb area is fine because we don't normally stretch this thumb this way. Nice slow circles in one direction, and circles in the other. Shake it out. And palms facing camera, fingertips flexing upward and towards you. Down. And shake it out. And from this place, I like to do a little combination, interlacing the fingers, keeping the wrists together, just doing some circles together. And then maybe bringing even some more movement into this little wave. Stretching, maybe with or not with the music. And then bring the inside of the hand out towards the camera and all the way up. Again, lowering the chin a little bit. And we're just going to move into one more twist on each side. Twisting towards whatever side feels better for you first. Maybe grabbing a hold of the back of the chair if you're in a chair. Taking a big breath in. And as we exhale, coming back into the middle. Maybe bringing the hands up into a sun breath, preparing for the other side. Exhale, other side, twist. Coming back into the middle, shoulders roll back. Beautiful. Now from this place, just taking the next moment or two to notice that you have your paper and anything that you'd like to draw with close by. Today we're going to go on a mini meditative journey. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the class, these are only invitations, and if you feel like you would rather just join for the art making, that is also perfectly okay. But my intention is to share with you all a mini guided meditation that really incorporates nature and exploration and colors and shapes and textures. And from that space, we'll move just into a few minutes of that guided meditation and then open our eyes and move into a bit more of a free flow drawing prompt, either putting onto paper the colors and the shapes and the nature that you were just experiencing in your guided meditation, or maybe drawing as a reflection or response to that meditative, maybe safe space that your mind's eye brought you to in the meditation. So really open to how you'd like to explore this material. But I'm going to share with you all some nature sounds now, so don't be alarmed if you hear some birds coming from my end. And I invite us all to just take a moment to get comfortable. If you're not in the most comfortable seat, maybe even finding your way to the ground if that's available to you, having the option to close your eyes or just gaze downward, inward. We're slowly going to just bring our awareness to our breath, taking a deep breath in, a long exhale, maybe even sigh out. Maybe inviting a few more rounds of that breath, whatever way feels comfortable to you. Breathing in and breathing out. I am breathing in I am breathing out. Right here, right now. Slowly, I invite us to acknowledge maybe the different emotions and the states our mind and friends and heart and the world have maybe experienced this week, and finding a way to soften into your heart space, finding a way to stay in the present moment with your breath. I am breathing it in. I am breathing out. Slowly taking a deep breath in, a long breath out. You start to hear some birds chirping, maybe some sun just kind of peeking through the tops of the trees onto the skin softly, bringing our mind's eye into space in nature, either real or imagined. In the distance, you hear water. Taking a big breath in, and long breath out. And decide to follow the sound. Little by slowly, just venturing deeper and deeper in through this nature. Maybe it's a forest, maybe it's a path. In your mind's eye, just taking a moment to look down at the ground. What do you see? What do you feel? What colors, what shapes, what animals, what plants, flowers, rocks, sand, dirt. Taking a big breath in. What do you smell? In that space, you start to walk. What do you feel underneath your feet as you're moving closer and closer to what sounds like water in the distance? Still can't fully tell if it's a river, an ocean, waterfall. You keep exploring, you keep moving forward. Gazing upward, looking up at the tree beds. What kinds of trees do you see? What's the weather like? Is it sunny? Is it breezy? Is it rainy? Is it cold? Is it hot? Looking to your left, looking to your right. Do you see any animals? Any friends? Are you alone, or are you with someone that you trust, feel safe with? Taking a deep breath in, and a long breath out. What colors do you see? What what textures do you see? Moss? Do you see little butterflies and dragonflies? And maybe it's nighttime and you see fireflies. Continue deeper in through trusting your heart, trusting your senses, your smells, your sound. You hear the water and you want to go check it out. Continuing, noticing all the colors around you. Are there plants you know, plants you want to know, flowers, shapes? As we've already made some space to acknowledge the sense of smell, the sense of hearing, maybe even having your hand in your mind's eye touch something in the space as you're walking through. Maybe a leaf, the ground, maybe someone you're there with, or an animal friend. What do you feel? Slowly looking back down at our feet. We feel grounded and rooted and safe to keep going. Looking up at the trees, you feel calm and safe in the space that we've created in our mind, maybe that we've been to, or maybe that we'd like to go to, maybe that it's completely imagined. We move deeper and deeper, closer to the water. In front of you, you see these big trees, so big, looking all the way up. You can't even tell if you can see the top. But there's almost like a doorway. Seems perfect for you to just fit right through in between these trees. And on the other side of these trees, you walk through these trees and you look forward and you see the water source. You see where the sounds of the water has been coming from. You see all these colors and shapes, the plants. What do you see? Where is that sound of water coming from? What are the colors? What are the shapes? What are the animals, the rocks, the plants? What are they saying to you? Do they feel safe? Do they feel like they love you back? Because they probably do. Taking a deep breath in, a long breath out, slowly starting to bring some awareness into our feet, bringing our awareness back into the space that we're in right here, right now. Knowing that that space of safety, of color, of texture, of nature, of sound, all of the elements working magically together will always exist somewhere in your heart and in your mind. It's a safe spot for you to go to whenever you need. Super slowly and gently, inviting your eyes, if they were closed, to start to flutter open. Maybe taking a breath, bringing the hands all the way up. Exhale, hands come down. From this place, I invite us to slowly, without thinking too much about it, without getting lost in the perfections or reflections, I invite us to grab our piece of paper, our pen, markers, colored pencils, pencil, paint, whatever you have to work with today. And I invite us to start to add these colors and shapes and textures and plants and sense of safety of that nature spot that you just explored onto this piece of paper. And maybe it starts to shape shift into something completely new that you didn't see before. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you are so specific and you remember exactly what you saw, and that's what you want on the paper. Both are okay. I'm going to slowly move my computer so that you can see my piece of paper as I go through this art practice with you all. And we will practice for about 15-20 minutes and then come back together. Again, this is just an invitation, a prompt. If you feel like you want to explore everything, then everything and anything new that flows through, that's great. I'll be moving my screen this way now. Bringing our mind's attention back into that space of nature, maybe the water sounds. What did you see? What did you smell? Without thinking too much about it, how can you just start to put it out on paper? We'll circle back in 15 to 20. just taking another 5 minutes before circling back. Noticing the colors and the shapes that have been coming up for you. Continuing to flow for another 5 minutes. Slowly finishing up your last bits of color. Taking a few more seconds. And then in about 30 seconds, we're going to meet together to close out class as we begin. Thank you all so much for joining me in this practice. Here is what I created. In my mind's eye, I went to a place with a massive waterfall, lots of different colored flowers and butterflies and big vines and big leaves, big trees. If you would love to share, like to share, open to sharing, maybe messaging Emma in the chat and she can unmute you, or you also don't need to share. Just knowing that, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed than I was before we started. And this practice is just a little reminder that this sense of peace, this sense of nature, this sense of groundedness and color can come into your life, come into your mind, come into your heart whenever you are feeling that need for safety, that need for color, that need for nature and calm. It's always available to you with or without colored pencils and paper. So if you'd like to join me in closing out, just bringing our hands to our heart, somewhere that feels grounding and supporting. Taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. Sending strength, love, and beautiful sense of calm to yourselves, to those you love, those you miss, those you care about, to anyone who may need an extra little bit of support today. Taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up for yourself, for making this time for yourself. In whatever way you were able to participate today, that was perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope that this sense of calmness and maybe even safety is something that you can carry on with you in the rest of your weekend, and the rest of your week, and the rest of your month and year and your life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Emma. Thank you so much, Columbia.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. So I hope everyone were able to relax and really get into this experience. I'm going to quickly share my screen with you. It's just a reminder that, let's get this open, that at the end of this, there will be a survey. Please fill it out if you would like to. We really really take the feedback to heart, and it helps us understand, what our students need, what is helpful, what can we improve on. If you want to go ahead and pull out your phones and use the code here, you can go ahead. Otherwise, it will pop up at the end. I do hope that everyone will have a peaceful evening, take care of themselves. If for any reason you need additional support, please don't hesitate to call our 24/7 hotline, helpline. I put it in the chat box along with several other confidential resources, but that number is 212-854-4357. Don't hesitate to call if you just need to talk to an advocate about anything that you're experiencing. And otherwise, I'm going to quickly this, pull this up one last time. You can also get in touch with us if you would like. You can visit our website here. I'll pull that up very quickly, health.columbia.edu/SVR. There's additional ways to get in touch with our office. And if there's nothing else, I hope everyone has a lovely evening. And thank you so, so much for joining us. And take care of yourselves, be kind to yourself, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much, Rank.
Thank you so much, Emma. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.